The Third Congress of Vienna in 1841 declared that Western Australia would be given to Maximilian I, who was in our timeline the Emperor of Mexico during the American Civil War. The British would agree to give it up, and Maximilian would form a constitutional monarchy under the Westminster system, with a chancellor requiring the confidence of the Landtag. There would be two parties, the Conservative Party initially. The Conservative Party, or KP, and the Liberal Party, LP. These parties would take turns governing the state. The Kingdom of New Bohemia, with Maximilian as its king, would renounce his claims to Austria and permanently move to Western Australia. The capital of New Bohemia would not be in Perth, since the Habsburg arrived and didn't like it. Side note, I just thought that would be boring. So instead, the capital would be in what is real life known as Albany, but in our timeline, New Prague. Perth would later be renamed to Karlstadt. Mass Austrian migration would occur, and soon New Bohemia would have a German majority. Inspired by Austrian traditions and with some influence from America, the countries would be divided into states like Linz am Meer, Pragmark, Buchenwald, and New Österreich. Initially, Maximilian would favor the liberals, as in our timeline he was a very liberal-inclined monarch, if you see that with his rule in Mexico, giving them his royal blessing. However, socialism would soon appear on the stream when Victor Adler formed a party in 1875 known as the New Bohemian People's Party, or New Bohemische Volkspartei, shortened to MBVP. Would be a social democratic party, but very left-wing party for a social democratic party, more like democratic socialist. The lack of any anti-socialist laws meant that the NBVP rose to power quickly after the 1879 election and would continue to dominate New Bohemia to the modern day. They implemented socially progressive policies such as universal male suffrage, which was extended to women in the 1910s, decriminalization of homosexuality, the right to trial by jury, the right to a non-religious education, the separation of church and state, and many more civil liberties. They would also implement economic reforms, turning New Bohemia into the second welfare state. None of this hindered New Bohemia's economic growth, which was fueled by their massive metal deposits of metals such as gold, and also their agricultural products would boost their economy. They would have one problem, though. Their own national bird would trample their crops, and they'd fight an emu war, like in our timeline. However, it would go the same way, as emus must be magic due to their victory in our timeline. New Bohemia was strict to the promise of neutrality, staying out of both world wars. They would also serve as a meeting place for various UN industries. Although neutral, they would not be quite neutral, like they would send humanitarian aid to the Ukrainians, but they would stay out of wars.
From every peak thy banner flies, a home beneath the endless skies. We stand as one, united, free, New Bohemia, our destiny.
O König, Vaterland und Freiheit groß, der Stolz erhebt sich über unseren Schoß. Vom Gipfelhof zum weiten
gold, thy rivers wide, thy beauty fills us all with pride. Through trials faced and battles won, we march together